Hey there everyone, and welcome to Cancer Update, whatever this one is. I think it's Cancer Update 14. I'm here today with a friend of mine from my 20s. This is Craig that's driving the car over there. If you just want to say hi, Craig.
Hi everyone, how you going?
There you go. So we're on a short road trip today because I don't want my series to be all about sadness and tears and all the turmoil that I'm going through. I want to show you that you do still have some happy days when when you know that you are terminal. You can still have happy days. And what I'm going to do today is Craig and I are going to go out to a suburb in Perth called Byford, and we're going to visit my old pet goat. My old pet goat's name is Gruffy, and I used to own a property in Serpentine, which is just down the road from Byford. And when I left that property, obviously I didn't have enough room for Gruffy, so Gruffy moved into a house in Byford, not a house, a farm. You need to be in the left-hand lane and go left here. And we're going to go visit Gruffy, and I've taken some bread for him because he is quite gastronomically motivated, shall we say. And I'm going to show you what my happy place looks like, and I'm going to show Craig because Craig hasn't met Gruffy either, and we're going to reminisce about Craig and I used to fly planes in the 90s. Craig back then was a small plane aircraft pilot. He's now flying for one of the big Australian commercial airlines, but back then he was flying little single engine Cessnas, and he was in the left-hand seat, which is the pilot seat, and I used to sit in the right-hand seat, which is the co-pilot seat. And we used to fly surveys, geophysical surveys, where we used to measure the Earth's magnetic and radiometric signatures, and we used to use that data to produce geophysical maps, and those geophysical maps were then used to mark out areas of interest for exploration drilling and the like. So Craig and I, basically, we used to do data acquisition for geophysics. And for those of you that don't know much about Western Australia is a mining state. We mine everything here. We've got iron ore, we've got gold, we've got nickel, we've got copper. We've recently found we've got a ton of lithium, and that's pretty much always been the case. And that means there's a very strong mining community in Perth. And the start of the mining process is to find out where to put your drill holes. And before you can find out where to put your drill holes, you need to find out what the Earth's magnetic and radiometric fields are doing. And that's what Craig and I used to map out. So we're now on Kwinana Freeway heading south down to Byford. And in the next scene, we'll probably be in Byford, and I'll introduce you to Gruffy. And look, I need to tell you something about goats. Goats, I would say, are the most empathetic creatures I've ever met. They are more empathetic than human beings by a long way. And what you're going to notice when I'm going to whistle, I've got a particular whistle, which is actually the word Gruffy whistled. So the whistle goes, which is Gruffy in whistle. And when I make that whistle, Gruffy's going to run towards me. And what you're going to notice is Gruffy is immediately going to work out that something's wrong. And that's because he's empathetic. And, thanks buddy. And, I know plenty of you are probably going dogs or cats or something like that. And you will have noticed that, your dog can tell when something's wrong. I've never met another animal that can do that as well as goats. So what you're going to notice is Gruffy's going to work it out really quickly, and I'm going to show you that on film. So the next scene is going to be us in Byford, and me whistling Gruffy, and Gruffy coming over to me. Gruffy has a girlfriend now, so you can meet Gruffy's girlfriend, and I don't know if I don't know who else is going to be on the farm today, but there's also a horse there, and there's also a dog, and Gruffy is friends with all of them. So I might be introducing you to Gruffy's friends as well. So just go straight here, buddy. The next cut will be at a farm in Byford. See you soon.
See you guys.
Hi there. We've just arrived at the farm that Gruffy is at, and I can see Gruffy in the paddock, so he definitely is here today. I just wanted to have a talk to you before we go over there, because once we get out of the car, I'm going to hand the camera over to Craig, and literally I don't know what's going to happen because Gruffy is a goat and goats will do anything. So I just want to say I'm here. I'm really happy to see that he's here, and let's see what happens, eh? Okay. Hi there. We're just going to see what happens. I'm gonna give the Gruffy whistle, and Gruffy's gonna come over to me because we are long-term mates. So enjoy this. Oh, I can't do it. Hold on. Gruffy, come here, boy.
Here comes Gruffy.
Are you recording?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, boy. Hello.
Hello, Gruffy.
Hello. So as I said, he wants to rub you. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Let me take him off you.
Yeah.
Just point the cameras at me.
Yeah.
So Gruffy is a Boer goat, and goats are they're a herd animal, and what that means is they always want to work out who is above them or below them in the herd. And the behaviour that Gruffy's showing now is Gruffy's trying to work out whether he's above or below Craig the cameraman. And the way he's trying to do that to Craig is to run up to him and present himself as angry. And that's to work out whether he's above or below in the pecking order. As you can see, he knows that I'm above him. So he knows that I am higher than him. He doesn't know about the cameraman, and that's what's bothering him. But as you can see, he is a really large goat and certainly could do a lot of damage, and yet he and I are good friends. So that's the love of being with a goat. You can actually be quite rough with them. I won't, because I do love this boy, but do trust me, you can be rough with them and they don't actually get upset. And they're very empathetic, they're very loving creatures, they're incredibly intelligent, and yeah, this is my favourite pet ever. This is Gruffy, this is my boy. So yeah. So we'll have a bit of a look around. There's Gruffy's got some friends that are dogs. I'll see whether we can find the horse that Gruffy is friends with. There's also, he used to have a girlfriend, but I can't see the girlfriend around at the moment, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, this is my boy. And I said in the prelude that he would work out that something's wrong, and he hasn't sort of yet done that, but he's getting ready to present up to me. There's a test, by the way, you can do to work out where they're at, and it's to do with the level of your head. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work out now where his mind is at in terms of whether he's aggressive with me or not. Just watch the level of my head and the level of his head. Gruff, come here. Come here. Do you see how he always puts his head lower than mine? That means mentally he's worked out he's below me in the pecking order. That means he knows he's subservient. He's happy with it. He just knows that he's subservient. See that?
Yeah.
Right? He understands. It means we're in the same pack, but I'm dominant. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. All right. That's my boy Gruffy. I'm just going to tidy up the fence, so we'll have a cut here, and then we're going to walk over and see whether the horse is here.
Good stuff, mate.
Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Gruffy. The other thing I should have told you is when I first got Gruffy, I was learning Spanish, and because of that, a lot of the commands with Gruffy are Spanish commands. And in fact, I don't always call him Gruffy. I sometimes call him Grafito, which is the Spanish nickname for Gruffy. And when I say come, I sometimes say, venga or vale. Come on. Come on. Dude, haven't got all day, mate. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. You're a horse. Come on. Come on, buddy. Good boy. Come on. Come on. Hello. I think the horse's name is Bobby. I can't quite remember, but I think it's Bobby. Hello. Hey. Hey.
Here comes Gruffy.
Graffito. Graffito. All right. Sorry about that.
That's
Craig.
all right.
All right. We'll look. The horse is a little bit skittish today, I guess, and Gruffy's starting to Gruffy's starting to want to arc up at Craig. So we'll probably stop it there. But this is Gruffy. I think the horse's name is Bobby. But Gruffy was my pet for about 4 years, and this is my happy place. I'll see you later. So we're just driving away from the property now. I've just spoken to the owners of that property, and they've given me the sad news that Gruffy's girlfriend passed away about a month ago. Gruffy's girlfriend's name was Stripes, and the reason that we didn't find Stripes in the paddock is that she passed away just recently. So I'm obviously very sad for that, for Gruffy. And death is something I'm facing myself, so... Even goats die. So there you go. Talk to you soon. See ya. I'm going to be looking forward for this section of the video just because I'm driving, and that's the safe thing to do. Craig just asked me, we were just generally talking about the way my finances turned out, and we ended up having a really interesting chat. So I'm going to repeat the first part of what I just said to Craig, but then I'm going to go further into a bit that Craig hasn't heard yet. So, just to explain a bit more about how Craig and I know each other, we used to fly in little single-engine Cessna aircraft. The model of Cessna we used to fly in was a 206, and it's essentially a six-seater aircraft. That's what the 6 on the end means. There is another version called a Cessna 207 that's a 7-seater. And just pop that more that way, mate. Yep, perfect. And it was a airborne geophysical survey aircraft. It had what was called a stinger out the back of the aircraft, and in the stinger was a magnetometer which measures the Earth's magnetic field. And within the belly of the aircraft there was a thing called a spectrometer. It was a cesium vapor spectrometer, and it measures the potassium, uranium and thorium excitations from the Earth.
Emissions.
What were they called?
Emissions.
Emissions, yeah, from the Earth. And it's basically how radioactive various parts of the Earth are. And when I say radioactive, I don't want you to think like uranium. Like, for example, granite. Granite actually shows up because it's got a lot of thorium in it. So don't necessarily think I'm talking about radioactive things. So the way Craig and I met was Craig was a 206 endorsed pilot, and Craig, the pilot seat in a 206 is the front left, and I was the computer operator. And in those aircraft, the computer operator sat in the front right seat. So it's actually funny because how Craig and I are sitting right now is exactly how Craig and I used to. Just pull back and give people the idea of where we are. Right, so that's how we are right now. And this is exactly how he and I used to be for 12 hours a day out in the bush. Craig on the left, Paul on the right. And would fly at 200 feet, which is 60 meters above the Earth's surface, and we would measure the Earth's magnetic field and the radiometric signatures, and there'd be a radar altimeter, and there'd be a barometric altimeter, and temperature traces, and things to measure the yaw and pitch of the aircraft and what have you. And Craig would fly the aircraft, and I would record the data. I was what was called a computer operator, or just an operator, and that's how we knew each other. Craig's original question to me was to do with how did I do financially after, or how am I doing financially now? And I was just explaining to Craig that I'm okay. I'm financially fine. The trouble I've got is I've got all of my money tied up in a share that's currently suspended. So actually I don't have any money in the bank. However, if I could sell my shares, I'm actually reasonably actually wealthy. So to put it to you in this terms, and given that my shares that are suspended aren't going to be unsuspended within about 6 months, my financial position is I personally am currently below zero. My estate is going to be very positive. It's just that it's going to take about 12 months after my death for that to occur. But I certainly, throughout my life, I did okay financially. This is the end of this section, may even be the end of this episode. Talk to you again soon. Catch you later.